Roomtone Podcast is a show produced by us, three movie nerds shooting the shit while talking about shooting the shit.
Each episode builds upon the last, so we recommend starting at the beginning.
Now, let's make a movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've got a lot to get done today.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you.
Jesus.
My throat is so itchy.
First thing we have to get done is
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Maddie, shut up.
pause for room tone.
My name is Austin Swain. I'm an animator and video production specialist. And on today's Swain's terrible untested, what is it? Totally terrible untested life tips. Are you like me? Are you looking for a way to spice up your podcast intro? Find a bit that has no legs.
I see.
Find a bit that has no future.
I see what you're saying.
And it's really hard to come up with things for.
That's fair.
I think I'm retiring this bit.
What's the new one? Ooh.
I don't know. Let's put it to a vote right now.
Yeah.
You guys decide, because my last choices
Clearly
have not
he can't
gone
be
well.
trusted.
Yeah. I genuinely thought that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a Jessica Jones reference.
It is.
I don't know. What do you guys think I should do?
I think maybe you should just say hi.
I think
Any better ideas?
One single better idea.
I think you should do what I learned today.
Oh, what I learned today.
Yeah.
Do you learn a lot?
No.
Do you learn on a once a week basis?
It could be something simple like oh, I learned that lava is hot.
Well, did you really learn it today, buddy? No, you did not. You knew that lava was hot.
You know, stop it.
Yeah, you did not learn that today.
Lava's hot.
Well, today I learned that Austin just learned that lava's hot.
True.
Or he at least thinks that I just learned
Have
that.
you touched lava?
No.
You learned that Austin doesn't like venison or elk.
That is true. Well, catch us next week for another thing I might have learned.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
Cool. I'm excited to hear what you learn next week. Is that the vote? Is that?
Oh, right. I mean, fuck. No, I don't like that. Oh, I will either say what I learned or I will say hi.
Okay, perfect. That's good enough for me.
All right.
Catch us next week for what I may or may not have learned that day. Oh, no.
My name is Austin Arpeza. I'm an amateur filmmaker, and my movie/TV show recommendation for the week is I'm back on my bullshit and back on The Sopranos.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Sopranos lately. I know I've recommended it before, but I'm going to recommend it again. Such a good show. Just like very fun to watch, very interesting. The dynamic is very interesting, and seeing like what early 2000s like mentality is like towards like stuff like mental health and therapy and like the idea of like the dying lifestyle of the mob, you know. Feels like a modern day Midwest, or not. It feels like a modern day Western.
Interesting.
We should watch The Sopranos.
All right.
We should take your movie/TV show recommendation of the week.
It is. I feel like you have to be into it. That's the only thing, because like the names get kind of confusing, and like people show up and then they go away, and then you're like
Under mysterious circumstances.
yeah. So it's definitely something that you have to pay attention to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, but I do recommend it. It's a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would at least be curious to watch the first episode. Or
Yeah. Interesting. I have like not. Like we've heard from you what it is and what you think of it, but I still like kind of don't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
My name is Maddie, and I'm also kind of back on my bullshit with the Marvel phase / David Tennant
Dun, dun.
phase, but we already knew about that. Or I assume.
Is it more Marvel or is it more David Tennant?
I mean, I like the show,
Yeah.
so I guess I'm
It is a
giving
good
Marvel
show.
the credit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Plus, it's 2015 Marvel, so like they still had like a semblance of self-respect then.
Yeah.
What's the show?
The show is Jessica Jones. That is loosely my recommendation, which I don't care if you guys watch it. I'm just telling you that I like it.
So in other words, you guys should watch it.
I guess. Yes, exactly. Thanks, man.
Well, this is how you do recommendations.
Well, I kind of feel that way about Good Omens. I'm always like, I don't necessarily think you would like it, but I like it, so I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah,
But
totally.
yeah, so Jessica Jones is pretty good. We've been having a good time watching that.
It's true.
That's what's new.
Well, what are we doing today, guys?
I think we're going to continue drawing scene 7 in the old storyboard pamphlet.
Yeah, welcome to part 2 of the Scene 7 storyboard live draw.
I don't know if we should say live. It's recorded.
The recorded draw.
Well, yeah, it's live. Like, we're drawing it live.
Yeah. Compared
it's
to like
tricky.
showing it. Yeah.
Compared to just talking
I'm
about
leaving
it.
this in. This is fun.
Yeah. The Scene 7 storyboard draw.
Woo.
Last week we got through a section of Scene 7, and today we're going to keep working on that.
How
And-
many frames did we get in?
Last week we drew out 18 shots of Scene 7, the first 18.
Hell yeah.
Go us.
Hell yeah. So, today we'll be moving on to page 3. And just like last week, if you're on Spotify or YouTube, you'll be able to see very soon the storyboard template pop up and watch us as we draw through the next sections of Scene 7. Also in the description is the script if you'd like to read along Scene 7 as well, and that's what we'll be referencing as we move into getting these shots drawn out.
Stoked. All right.
Let's draw.
Let's dive in. When we ended last week, we were at an exciting point of Zoe and the siblings when they had just finished their kind of the ceremonious prayer and like little choreographed movements with the eggs and things. And Zoe, while everyone else places their eggs cleanly, hers cracks.
Bum, 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 bum. So we'll pick up.
With the table falls to a hush, everyone looks to Zoe, who doesn't know what will happen next.
Yeah. The table falls to a hush.
Yeah.
And everyone looks to Zoe. So what do you guys think of like seeing everyone kind of individually? So it's like we cut to like the single of Donnie who looks over like shocked, and we cut to like the double of David and Lonnie who like kind of have their own reactions. We cut back to Zoe who's like, oh, she doesn't say anything, but like kind of looking back and forth, like not sure what's going to happen. And then we cut back to Donnie again who screams.
Yes.
So it's like we kind of like make that around the table. It's either that or like we cut to the wide
Yeah.
and we kind of see everyone slowly turn towards her.
Let me pitch a series.
Please.
What if it was on the doubles of Lonnie and David? They look over to Donnie, then we pan over, we pan over to Zoe looking down at the egg, and then she looks over to Donnie, and then our camera pans to Donnie looking upset, freaking out, runs, grabs the egg, pan back to Zoe, and just like we audibly hear like Donnie rummaging through like the kitchen.
So it's like a one long shot kind of that whole moment afterwards.
Yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that.
as a thought.
Yeah. I like that more than that.
Yeah, it's definitely more artistic, and it would be fun. Like I know we've said when Donnie like screams and runs off of camera, like hearing him off of camera. So it could be interesting to like sit on Zoe well, you just hear him like shuffling and like just sitting on Zoe while we hear him like crashing around and cursing and shit in the background. And then like if we see him like dung 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 like thundering back down the hallway towards her.
Yeah.
I could see that. That could be fun.
Yeah. The only thing I want to like bring up before we start drawing all of it.
Yeah.
Does it feel weird that David and Lonnie are looking towards Donnie, but then we move towards the opposite direction of them to look towards Zoe?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I think it needs to follow where they're looking.
So then would the sequence be Lonnie, David, look over, we pan camera to Donnie?
Yeah, they look to Donnie, so camera pans past Donnie, who's looking to Zoe, land on Zoe, who like looks down, looks up, looks back over at Donnie. We pan back over, and Donnie yells "fuck."
I can see that.
Or we could do it where David and Lonnie are looking at Zoe's reaction, and then because I think it's funnier if like the reveal is Donnie's reaction.
Right.
So they could just look to Zoe then.
Look to Zoe.
And then Zoe looks to Donnie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
like a V.
Who and then as soon as we get to Donnie, it's
Fuck!
Yep. Yep.
let's quickly look at what's next in the script, because this is also like a long shot to write or to put in there. So I like kind of want to double check the pacing.
Yep.
So the shot we pitched lasts for a few action lines in the script. But then so next, Donnie sits out of breath. He breathes loudly into an otherwise silent room. Like, I think that could still be in this shot.
Yeah.
And then depending on what's next. And he pulls up the list again.
Through the cracks, we rise again.
We rise again. And then he stands for his speech. So yeah, I mean, looking ahead to the script, it's still kind of like we live in that moment for a while, and then we kind of break back into Donnie's speech. So I think around then is where we could kind of cut and break that tension. So I think the pacing works.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. So we'll start on that shot of Zoe kind of shocked, and then we'll wait.
So I think how it should be, crack, cuts to David and Lonnie's reaction, looks over at Zoe, pans over to Zoe, looking down at the crack, pans over to Donnie, looking at Zoe.
Yep. Who shouts, stands, and then we pan back to Zoe.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Which, like, I guess, like, before we draw that, does that work with the sequence that we did before? With, like, that shot? Like, that beginning of the sequence? Does that feel...
I don't know I don't know what you mean by that.
Like the shot of the egg cracking?
So, yeah, like, does that...
Like, does it follow what happens right before it? Smoothly.
Yeah, the last thing is the shot of the egg cracking. So,
Yep.
I think we could cut right to a reaction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which would be from David and Lonnie. And then we're kind of like in Zoe's point of view, like, oh shit, now they're looking at me. And then we can turn to Zoe and we like get to see her emotion.
Yeah.
I like that. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's rad.
Please don't talk.
That is so funny.
That's a Family Guy reference.
I thought you were actually saying like
No.
oh, that's fair.
Oh, it's so good. They're having sex. And he goes, do you like that?
Brian and Jillian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to continue.
No, you got it.
They're having sex, and I don't know if he even asks if it's good.
He does.
And she goes, yeah, that's rad. And then he goes, please don't talk. Even though he has to fucking question.
Yeah, dude.
So fuck him.
Just don't talk like that, I guess. Oops. So we're starting off today's storyboard with a oneer.
Yeah.
Water.
Oneer?
Yes.
And Austin, would you like to define a oneer for us?
A oneer is a series of shots put together to make it look like one continuous shot.
Oh, is that the description?
Is that what it is?
That doesn't sound right.
That doesn't sound
A
right.
series of shots stitched together to look like one continuous shot.
But it also could be one continuous
Yeah.
shot.
I get it could be, but like
Yeah.
typically it's stitched.
Right, but like, so what's the definition of a oneer?
Let me look that one up.
Like, yeah.
Like just a long shot, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, one shot showing multiple things happening in different areas.
Yeah.
Or not even necessarily.
And
Look it up.
And because it's difficult, it is usually designed. Actually, and that's another thing that I've recently learned. Not only because it's difficult, but also because sometimes you need multiple different camera setups, but it's typically is many different shots stitched together to look like one.
Dude, I've called tracking shots like that a one shot, and everyone has like corrected me to say like, no, they stitch it in certain areas. Like, yes, I know that.
Yeah.
But like, I'm saying it's meant to look like one shot.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
It's called a oneer even if it's
Yeah.
stitched.
Like the amount of times people have like, actually me about that is so fucking, it annoys me so
ridiculous.
much.
Actually, there's a hidden cut.
Yeah, like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You have the definition?
The single shot technique is commonly used in cinema, which utilizes a single camera to capture footage in extended takes or to create the illusion that it was. The key factor that influences this technique is the viewer's increased immersion of the participation in what they see and the actions of the filmed characters. There's your
Proof.
definition.
Thank you.
Snap, crackle,
I think
pop.
that's perfect. There's one in Broadchurch if anybody wants a reference or if anybody wants an example.
Yeah, is it like the opening shot of Broadchurch?
No, it's like the.
When
shot
she's saying hello to everybody?
No.
Or when they're saying hello to everybody?
They
I
do
mean, oh yes,
Yeah.
that
They do a
one
few
too.
others,
I was
yeah.
thinking the one of
the reveal.
the one at the end. so
Another-
you have to watch all of Broadchurch.
They also start with a oneer.
Another good one is Haunting of Hill House.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think they do like a really good oneer in each of their anthologies.
Series. Yeah, yep.
But yeah,
And Kidding.
Kidding has a really good one. There's actually a behind the scenes video of Kidding's like one shot and how they were able to actually get it in one shot.
It's trippy.
Yeah.
it's
should
super
watch
trippy.
it,
They have to like totally flip the room
Yeah.
and like bring in all kinds of different props. They bring in
Everything's
a
timed
dog. It's such a beautiful like dance. Ours will not be like that.
No.
But,
But it could be. It just won't.
yes.
Yes.
Ours is just a camera turning around a table and looking at multiple characters reacting to the same thing. And I like that the part of your description is, I think what we want here is immersing the audience in like the stunned silence of this moment.
So then what do you think about like instead of like David and Lonnie like looking at like Zoe's reaction, what if they look both ways? Like what if they first look at Donnie's and then they look at Zoe's and the camera starts following when they look over at Zoe's? Because I feel like for like my sibling, if it was like me at that table, the first thing I would look is at the person who I know this would affect the most.
Oh yeah.
That's
You know what I
fair.
mean?
Yeah.
So that's why like I pitched looking at Donnie first. But I think like they could do both just in that sequence as it's going.
Right. Yeah, I could see it both ways because it's
Yeah.
like the shock of hearing it crack would get their attention too.
I think we catch their natural moment, and then when they look to Zoe, we follow their gaze and we land on Zoe. So yeah, I think
We land on Don. Well, yes. Yes, sorry.
whether or not they look at Donnie first is kind of up to the actors and to the directors on that day. And that's us.
But we see Donnie only once last.
Yes. Okay, so everyone watching this, I fucked up, okay? The numbers were all screwed up. I was drawing on the wrong layer for a while, and then I just realized that I had shot 18 instead of 19.
You're a fucking mess.
Son of a bitch.
This is the first time that we have an extended shot in our storyboard. Last week we talked about basically trying to keep the storyboard so that every frame is a single shot. At this point, that's kind of impossible because we have so many different compositions. So I've started, and I'm asking your opinion on, I've started denoting this as shot 19A, and then we can go into 19B, 19C, 19D.
I think that makes sense.
As long as that works.
Yeah.
And then maybe like a big arrow connecting the two
Yeah, we can just
That
put
says pan.
frames.
that, or if you want to do continued, like I think that's fine too.
True. I'm actually very excited to show you guys this drawing of Donnie.
Ooh, fuck yeah.
It's so funny I turned into whatever that was. Oh boy. This will be very interesting to like try to place a camera and people around a table so that it can get all of these compositions.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to light too.
Yeah, I picture this being one of our easiest scenes to light. Actually,
I guess doing a 360, like we have to like light it all from.
we're not doing a full
ceiling.
360, thank God.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
We won't see Ronnie's seat in this camera or in this shot, so that's where we can put all of our lights and our snacks.
Go. So we're bringing snacks to the shoot.
Yeah, it's a movie set.
That's true. Forget about it.
Exactly. We'll start on the shot of David and Lonnie looking up surprised. It'll pan over as they look to Zoe, who's thinking about it and she's nervous.
She's stressed.
And then we go to Donnie.
Oh! It's perfect.
Fuck!
Love it.
19 cunt. 19 cunt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I like this annotation.
I think that looks great.
Maddie, you don't have to say her age.
That's Zoe. I did, however, picture them panning the other direction.
Yeah.
Not a big deal,
Yeah.
but
This is how our table is laid out.
Fuck.
And then it goes back. The arrow indicating the top arrow is indicating that it goes back to Zoe. Correct.
The bottom arrow, yeah.
Okay.
Bottom arrow, the top arrow.
The bottom arrow is back to Zoe.
Oh. On here?
No.
Oh, that's all right
That
there.
one. So it comes in on the top and then out on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Those are all going the same way. You all right?
I just realized I made the worst noise in terms of like critiquing something.
Yeah. You want to explain?
I'm just lost on the rotation.
So we're looking at them. Follow the arrows
from the front or the back?
from the front so we can see their
Okay.
faces.
Looking at them straight on, we go this way
Yep.
to Zoe,
Yep.
and then Zoe goes
Continues on.
this way
Yeah.
to Donnie,
Yeah.
and then Donnie goes from there forward, or no,
Back
back
to Zoe. Yeah.
Yeah, I just pictured it the other way, but it's fine.
Yeah, if our table was set up differently, it would have gone the other way.
Yeah. I think that looks great.
I did too.
Hell yeah.
19 cunt.
So more 19 cunt is back to Zoe.
Oh wait, I can't touch that. Sorry.
Yes.
Did I do something?
No, actually,
Oh.
I didn't know this. As Donnie like leaves, do we want to like see him in the background at all?
I don't think so. I think like just hearing. Oh, you know, maybe yeah.
What if like he goes down, because we always like said we tell a story in the background. So like what if we do see him go down a hallway or something and then he enters into another room
Yeah.
and then we hear the sounds?
I could see that.
Yeah, I like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And this will all kind of come down to what our house looks like.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of like something playing in the background.
Or at least
like,
having him
down.
Yeah. Or at least have him like move across like the background.
Yeah,
or
just
something.
dash.
Yeah. So we have in the screenplay, Lonnie laughs at Zoe's discomfort. Do we want to pan all the way back to Lonnie? Do we want to just hear that? Do we want to cut to it? Do we want to cut it?
We could, and let me know if this is too jarring, but we could like do a fast whip over to Lonnie and David, and like we can like do it when like the giggle starts.
Yeah.
Like, you hear that. I don't know if that breaks the pacing.
That might be jarring.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. I feel like in my head it feels jarring.
Mm-hmm. It sounded jarring.
Yeah. But like I could also, if it's done right, I could see it working.
Yeah.
It's like, I think if we were to do it again, but we have really no reason to.
Well, we would do it again when we cut back to Zoe.
No, I know, but like,
so I mean,
again.
I see.
So, Maddie, what do you think?
I think that sounds great.
But good try.
What was the question?
So during all of this, we wrote in the screenplay that Lonnie laughs at Zoe's discomfort. At this point, we're kind of sitting on a shot of Zoe. So is there a way that we want to show that, or do we want to cut it?
Cut it.
That's kind of how I'm feeling. Like, I think it would be too jarring to like, I think it would be a waste of time to pan all the way over, and I think it would be a little too jarring to whip pan or cut.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we do just cut it. We could always, she's always laughing. We'll fit
and
it
I
in.
don't think it's worth like breaking up him like wrestling around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like it should be him wrestling around and then he comes back, not like him wrestling around, cut looks at Lonnie who's laughing, and then cut back to Zoe and he comes up.
Yeah,
right?
Agreed. When Donnie gets back, we have written, he grabs Zoe's cracked egg and manically discards it. So, like, do we see him?
What if he just throws it?
I was gonna say it'd be so fucking funny if he like just smacks it off of like the off the thing. I guess it's gonna be cracked, so that's gonna be kind of hard. It's probably gonna get messy. But like he could like you could just like chuck it back.
I've always seen him like grab like a handful of it because it's a cracked egg, and like you want to preserve the stand that it's on. So yeah, I see him just like grabbing a handful of egg and literally just like chucking it behind him.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Just get this fuck out of here. So do we see him like leaning into Zoe's frame here then?
I think so. I think he comes in like to the side of her, bends it. It's all like, again, I think it like doing one shot is like the key
we're still on that one shot.
Yeah, him like running towards, grabs the egg, chucks it back,
you
sets
just
it there.
hear the shattering.
Yeah.
Or a good way to like cut, if we have cut yet. We have cut before.
No, we haven't.
Oh, we haven't. Since we haven't cut, a good cut would be like him like gently placing the egg down,
Mm-hmm.
like an extreme close up.
Mm-hmm. And that would fit with the other extreme close-ups that we got of the eggs being placed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that is a natural stopping point. Maddie?
I was going to say, I do like that idea, but I was going to say it might be cool too if since we're at a lower level, so Donnie would be like at chest height with Zoe, right? If when he sets the egg down, it like the camera pans back up to him and he's like looking down at her and looks pissed that maybe.
Well,
if I don't know how the script's written.
I mean, he ends up just sitting down and like trying to breathe it out.
Right. So it would like just as a shot, not as changing anything about the story. Like pans up to him and then follows him back.
Yeah, I could see that. So do you think we like pan down to see the egg get placed and then we go back up to him and watch him sit?
No, because it's going to be like as that shot stands.
Yeah.
We're on Zoe, right?
Yes.
And if Donnie is standing beside her, you would like see his chest. You wouldn't see his face when he's up there.
He would have to like bend to place the egg.
Why?
He's got an egg on the table.
And he,
in front of her placement.
So are you saying
Okay.
that like you're doing it just chest up? Like is that what you're pitching here? Like that's-
yeah, like that his arm like comes
Yeah.
over and places it,
Yeah.
and that you don't see his face in that shot.
You know what? I think that could be pretty fun.
Because then when it pans back up, he looks super tall and he's like looking down over her.
Yeah.
Like it continues the motion, but it's like,
So does it pan up then?
yeah.
Okay, so like
Isn't that what
after
I
he
said?
places the egg. Sorry, I
No.
must have missed that part.
No, that's okay.
So after he places the egg, it pans up.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
And then follows him back to his seat.
Yeah. It feels very Wes Anderson-y.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Wes Anderson. I think that's the new.
Gotta sink into that Wes Anderson.
Yeah, it's-
That's where Steve Zissou went.
Oh yeah. That's where my heroin went.
So like something like. So would we see the egg get placed,
Yeah.
and then we'd go up?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. We would have to have the camp. So when we land on Zoe's shot, we'd have to see her broken egg
Right.
to see him get up, fuck it up, replace it.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. Okay.
I like your way also, though, so if that makes more sense. But
I like the idea of like that, like just like that, like panning or not panning. I gotta quit saying pan. Like that tilting,
tilting,
up.
yeah.
That tilt up, up on him. Like I think that'd be really funny. And just
Yeah.
like would he look angry? What's the facial expression
I
you're
feel
thinking?
like you would. I
Yeah.
feel like you'd be like,
I think more like stunned,
and like
manic. I don't think
Yeah.
he's angry with Zoe. I think it's more of like a panic of like, oh fuck, my perfect night is like.
I think he's a little mad at Zoe.
Yeah, I think that's fair. He can be a little mad at Zoe because like yeah, she's like you're fucking this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Like I feel like he would experience the same amount of anger that he would experience with his like siblings.
Okay, fair
you
enough.
know? Not saying that he considers Zoe a sibling, but like
Yeah.
it's all general. If anyone's gonna fuck with this night, I'm gonna be upset,
Fair enough. And that can be, yeah, that makes sense.
and it can be subtle. I think it can be subtle. Like it doesn't have to be like or you know anything
yeah,
like that, but it can
totally.
just be just like that. I don't know, just like that stare.
Acting.
I'm so glad we're doing a oneer then.
Warner.
Oneer? I stop saying that.
Why?
Yeah.
You know what? You're right. Live
Oh,
my
whatever the
truth.
fuck you
Yeah.
want, dude.
Yeah. Warner.
Water.
Here I go again.
Ah, ah.
My.
I like tequila. Hey, Swain.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell the viewers at home about the new toy you just bought?
Oh shit, I do.
Let's hear it, baby. Let's hear it.
So I have just made an investment into a new camera
Ooh.
and lenses.
Yeah, what'd you get?
So I bought the Blackmagic 6K Pocket Cinema camera.
Dude, Red really got it right with the whole Red series. Just Red Rocket. I know that's a bad example.
Strong start though.
You know, Red Dragon.
Yeah.
Red Ship. I don't know what else is out there.
I don't know, but I don't know what any of those are. Mine, the Blackmagic's at least is descriptive.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Blackmagic 6K pocket camera,
Yeah.
pocket cinema camera, and which is kind of a like a little bit of a higher end, but still very consumer grade cinema camera.
Oh yeah. Beefy boy.
Beefy boy, for sure.
Yeah.
And
Telling them about your camera?
mm-hmm.
You haven't told them what camera you
No, I'm
No, we're
telling the world.
the viewers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
What made you decide to get the Blackmagic 6K Pocket Cinema camera?
Well, I've always thought highly of Blackmagic cameras just being like an affordable but professional camera. Affordable is relative.
Yeah. I mean, like,
it's an expensive hobby.
not saying that like it's not expensive, but like in terms of like upgrading to something a little bit more high end, it's like the way to go, because like it's either that or you can go to like the Red series, or you could go to what's it called, Ari.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
REC.
it's basically like any professional videographer who considers buying a professional camera like has to consider spending 5 figures on it. And it's like, that's gnarly.
Yeah.
That was gnarly.
Yeah, dude. But like you've been doing it really smart. You've been scavenging like secondhand, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I've been rocking the same shitty camera for like
Which, hey, poor GH4.
Yeah, no,
It was so good at its time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember getting that and like thinking that you could fucking rule the world.
Totally.
Yeah, no, nothing against the GH4, but like I had the same camera for a long time and like it did fine, and I'm gonna keep it as a second camera.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Blackmagic cameras have like a really nice color profile and a really high dynamic range, so like they can work in a lot of detail. They have high resolution, things like that, but still fairly affordable, and can shoot with like a 6K sensor and up to 120 frames a second. Not both of those at the same time, but it has those capabilities.
Is it 4K 120?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't remember. Maybe.
Something to look at.
Yeah.
But no, really good camera. We actually use that camera at work. It's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah, and that's where I was able to like get some practice with it and like make sure that I liked it. It's what we use at the TV station to shoot commercials with. And you're right, I found that secondhand. Honestly, I wasn't sure when I was going to upgrade, but then I came across a guy who was trying to sell it and was like just wanted to get rid of it, and so had it for a crazy good deal. And so I just went for it.
Hell yeah.
And then similarly, so then I started shopping for lenses on it, and I'd done some research on like just like cinematic, kind of artistic, but still like professional and clean, like higher end lenses. And so I found the DZO Pictor Zoom lens series and found those from another guy on eBay who was like literally just trying to sell his shit to buy a new camera. Like he kind of sent me a message about that, so I know that that's the case. So it's basically just price to sell, and I bought it for like $1,500 less than what they retail for.
That's so fucking dope.
So that was nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're really nice lenses. We were looking through them yesterday and just kind of playing with them. And yeah, I'm really excited to like really stretch their legs and just see what it feels like. It's kind of interesting. Like you don't think about lenses as changing much, because it's like you kind of think of like, okay, 50 millimeters is 50 millimeters, like I know how far away I'm going to be, but it's going to be interesting to see like what a different piece of glass feels like, and all that, because I feel like everything I've ever worked with has been just like super standard shit.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we've been working with like the lower grade stuff just because that's what we can afford, and that's what's like available to us, and like we've made it work. Like I think a lot of our productions have been pretty kick-ass.
I think so too. And it's funny, like all the projects that we work on together, it's like we've had people come up to us and be like, this looks so professional. And it's like, wow, this is like a $700 camera.
Yeah.
It's like, and you know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it really is just what you do with it. And so it's kind of cool to like know what you're doing with it. And then also just like take that step further into like, okay, then I have like some cool gear that can actually help me do more of like what I want and kind of broaden the horizons.
Yeah. It's learning how to stretch with your clay. If you do too much at once, it's going to get real messy real fast.
Yeah. So this oneer has taken almost the whole page.
Yeah.
I love it.
And so we start on David and Lonnie, zoom over to Zoe, go over to Donnie. He runs in the back. He comes back with the egg. We look up to him. We follow him back down to his chair. He breathes out and he picks up the list and he begins another prayer. He finishes the ceremony, essentially. He speaks, Lonnie and David answer, and then Donnie stands up to do his prayer. Do we think that this is the right time to cut away from our one shot?
Yes.
Yes, I do. I actually, but like there's a little, there's some things I would change a little bit.
Okay.
I would only change the ending of this sequence. I think it should be camera go up, camera tilt back to Zoe. We get Zoe's just kind of like frightfulness, and then cuts to Donnie praying.
Oh, okay.
I can see that.
That's just kind of how that's how I wanted. That's what I wanted to pitch.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see them both.
But I don't have a problem
That's
with this
fair.
way either.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out like if we're on Zoe at the end of the oneer and we go to Donnie and he's sitting right next to her. I'm just trying to figure out if it's okay to not continue our pattern.
That's fair. It does kind of feel jumpy.
It feels jumpy when he's like right there.
Yeah.
Well, we can see him leave, like the frame, like go to his chair, do.
Yeah.
He
But
can
like
walk
we're on
past.
Zoe, and then we hear him like pull the chair open, close, cut to him. Ta 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 goes on. Continues the prayer.
Yeah. I think it could work if we hear the chair come out and we like come in on a sound.
Yeah.
I've been like if we so he leaves frame and we hear like the
Yep.
and then poof, we cut and we're like in on Donnie finishing sitting.
Yeah.
He breathes,
Yeah.
pulls out the list, begins the speech, and we cut to David and Lonnie. And then I think it'd be fun if we cut to Zoe, just like a what the fuck moment, and then we cut back to Donnie as we go on.
I like that. Can we have Donnie, and this can be like a design type thing, or this can be like a scene layout, whatever. This can be a different conversation for a different time. But can we have Donnie just like really sweaty and just kind of like like literally just. I think like even like when he's like still trying to catch his breath, he's trying to continue the prayer. Just
no, I love that like Donnie is like such a fucking tryhard, like is ready to put every single ounce that he has into making sure that this night goes perfect. But he's also like a completely out of shape, like midlife dude. So like I love and you know, like I know he's like a gym bro.
I was gonna say, like, does that fit though? I just think
okay, no, I think he's not chubby fat dude. Yeah. Like he's just like I think he's just like he's let himself go a little bit.
He's flabby.
Yeah, where it's like so every time he comes back and he's like like you always see that just under the surface that he's like fucking struggling. So yeah, like coming back sweaty and having to like when he's like trying so hard to keep it all together.
I love that.
Okay, and that's that shot done.
Hell yeah.
That shot, huh?
Amazing. Yep, there's shot 19.
Cunt.
And 19 cunt. Okay, so at the end of page 3, we have completed that oneer of that entire moment, and then cut to Donnie sitting, taking out the list, and beginning the prayer, and then cutting to the double shot of David and Lonnie reciting the prayer. Just back to that kind of standard double shot.
Yep.
And then what happens?
Donnie pulls that fucking list up again.
Yep, so he speaks, and then we cut to Lonnie and David repeating, and then we get back to Donnie as he gives a speech.
Shot, reverse shot.
Yeah. So does he stand for the speech?
I think so.
Oh my god, we just spent so long getting him to sit down.
I know. Yeah.
Is that funny though?
I think so. Because they kind of keep doing that.
Yeah.
They kind of keep sitting and standing.
Yeah.
It feels...
That is kind of a funny... Yeah, you're right.
I think it's a good bit.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be so funny if, like, Zoe, like, stands up when she sees Donnie stand up, or like midway stands up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's just like pushed down. Yeah.
She's like, I'm not falling for this again.
Like Donnie like puts his like hand down.
Or just looks over at her confused and she sits back down.
Yeah. I'm gonna call that a reference from the time I stood up from when we did the Skills USA competition for college, Swain and I. And we worked on a short film for like a full week with minimal sleep. You know, we were really grinding things out. And we got to the opening ceremony and I was so fucking tired. I was nodding off during the speech. and we would all like stand up for like a period of time and, you know, say this or that. And I heard like, so like during the time when I was nodding off, I heard chairs rustle up, and I looked up and I saw people standing. So I thought I was supposed to stand. And like midway as I was about to stand up, Swain grabs my arm and says, "Get down."
Just trying to grab your shirt and pull you back down. Because they had just said, like, well, everyone who, like, everyone who's being recognized for this specific thing, will all of you please stand up around?
Oh
so, like, 8 people stood up in a room of 200.
And one of them was almost
And one
you.
of them was almost you. You literally woke up to stand, and I'm like, oh shit, here he comes.
I'm so tired, dude.
You did the right thing, Swain.
Yeah, thank you. Although I do believe I deserve credit.
I don't know why.
That is funny.
Yeah, I don't know why part of me was ready for that. I was like knowing that you were sleeping, I think part of me was like, what's gonna happen? So Donnie stands, Zoe goes to stand. Zoe doesn't stand. I think that's fun if we want to keep that in. So we have to see Zoe in this moment. So do we cut to a double of Donnie and Zoe as he goes to stand?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But it breaks up the pattern of leaving Zoe out of a double.
Maybe now that her egg's on the table, she's part of the squad. Or maybe that's more for once the ceremony's done. This is her like...
Because I think it'd be funny if like she stands midway and then Donnie just gently just da 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 da. Like in the same shot.
I think that's a pretty intense action.
So? You think so?
For him to put his hand on her, I kind of do.
I kind of do too.
Okay.
So I think you would just look over and just give her a look. Okay. And she like, like she knows. I think that still would work. And so for everyone watching, it's clear that the drawings aren't really what's important tonight. The drawings themselves don't really matter.
It's the friends you make along the way.
It's exactly. We're having very important conversations about like how we want this story to be told. I think it's told. And really the drawings are just to say what order they happen in and what they're going to look like on a basic level. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting like how many things you don't think about until you like have to put them in a visual order.
Yeah, I agree with you. I felt like that was me when I was drawing like scene, what was it, 5? Yeah, the coop. Scene 5's storyboards. Having just to kind of like reflect like throughout like the whole script, like what exactly is happening, not just from like point A and point B, but like also point C, you know? Like what's that sequence gonna look like and how's that sequence gonna feel like?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So that was a long way of me saying I concur.
I concur.
I concur. Okay, next. Through the cracks we rise again. And then he brings out Crack Rock and he just...
Yes. So let's go to the speech and see just kind of what we have written.
We rise again.
I've taken the liberty of writing a little speech about Dad and the next chapter in his life. Donnie stands with the list in hand. He clears his throat. Hello and welcome to The Passing. It's an honor to be seated near the guest of honor. Donnie goes to pat his vacant father on the back and fumbles. Donnie nervously moves on. Love you, Dad. My dad is my father. He taught me everything I know. How to ride a bike, how to drive, how to check myself for lumps. Zoe is taken aback, looks around for reactions. David says, ugh, come on. Donnie says, the man's health is important. Donnie, my dad is my brother. My dad is my son. Lonnie looks up, bewildered. Okay, this is funny. Donnie, I've known him my whole life. I've seen him grow to the man he is today. I'll always stand beside him. My brother, son, father.
I think that's totally just like
Just shots.
shot of him and then a shot of whoever makes a sound.
So main shot, then reaction shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is perfect. I have 3 frames left on this page.
Nice.
No, I don't. What is happening here? Oh, no, I don't. I have 4.
Dang.
Damn it.
You have to erase a 19 cunt.
Brother, you have no idea.
And I think actually I would like to see at this point singles of Donnie of David and Lonnie.
Yeah.
You guys feel that? Like for when Donnie, fuck me, we heard ourselves bad. When David jumps in and, oh, come on. Like we're just on David.
Yeah. I concur.
Concur in her.
I am concrete.
Oh my. I never would have known if you hadn't said that.
Yep. What happens when you mix sand and water together?
You're bricking it up in the city. That's what it sounds like.
Who speaks first? Out of the audience?
David.
David?
Yeah, because I believe he's...
Oh shit.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Because I believe he says, he reacts to, Donnie saying, he's my brother, he's my dad.
Oh, I guess Zoe like gives a look.
Yeah.
Not this far.
Yeah, it's Donnie.
Ugh,
Or it's
come
David
on.
first, yeah.
But Zoe has like a look, right?
Yes. I think we do a reaction shot of Zoe. But I don't think she says
Zoe's
anything.
taken it back, looks around for reactions.
Nice. We do still need the shot of Donnie going to pat his dad on the back.
Yep.
Donnie kind of leaning over like this, like into frame of Ronnie's shot. Or does the camera like follow David or follow Donnie? I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it's framed that way in a wide. Or no, you know what I mean.
Like a wide of Ronnie's spot, basically.
Yeah.
And we see him kind of like lean over.
Yeah.
Cool. So what's next?
Did you get the reaction shot?
Yeah.
Yes, you
so
did.
I have,
Sorry.
Yes, I have Donnie speaking, reaction shots, him going over to his dad. Which kind of covers all of this.
I've known him my whole life. I've seen him grow.
And then so Lonnie yells at him, Donnie yells back. I think at some point between like them yelling at each other, I think we should get creative with the shots.
What does she like? I agree. What does she do when she's yelling at him? Like, how do you think that's gonna play out? Like, do you think she's gonna like stand up a little bit? Do you think she's gonna like scoff and like kind of like put like a napkin to like the?
Yeah, I think she does. She like dismisses him and like I always kind of seen her like dismiss him and like lean back in her chair or like ugh, you were his lapdog at best.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like
I kind of picture her more up on the table, like more like getting in his face than leaning back.
well, I wonder if that's later.
I see what you're saying. Like the tension building up before she does that.
Yeah.
Right, because I think because at this moment she's like dismissing him as dad's favorite basically, and I think it's because like she thinks of herself as daddy's little girl. So I think she would take more of like I think of her.
I like the idea of her like leaning back,
Like
I
a
like the
kingly
idea-
stance.
Yeah, yeah. I also like the idea of like her like grabbing like her like napkin on her like lap or whatever and just tossing that to like the plate and just like leaning back and just like whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like I still own the situation. I don't feel the need to like get aggressive at you. I
Yeah.
just dismiss you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's how I see this, at least at the start.
I agree.
Which I mean, I think and truly, I think when we've talked about letting our actors improvise, I think it's more in moments like this.
Yep.
Rather than lines, it's like, okay, well, like you guys know the lines, you guys know how the characters feel. How would you react? Like, how would you give these lines? I think this is where an actor really wants to shine, and we should allow them to like explore. Okay, well, what if Lonnie did this? How does that feel now?
Should we like put like stars in like areas that were like hey, like if you want to improv this one, like this is a scene we feel comfortable improving. Like
maybe
little, just like a little star tally by their name.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think so. I think because everything exists on a spectrum of what's on the page and what the actor can do with it.
Yeah.
What do you think, Maddie?
I don't know.
All right.
Because I mean, I think the lines are the lines.
Yeah.
You know, if we on the day of want to do the lines differently, like I'm sure we'll find a way.
Yeah.
But like how the lines are given is what the actor is there for, and so I think they should always be bringing something of the character to it.
Agreed. So we'll put a star on every on every name.
So they argue for a while, and I guess that's kind of So I don't know.
You know, there's such a disconnect between these family members right now. How can we tell that in a cinematic language? You know, because I feel like we can get weird with the shots, like get like some really like awkward Dutch angles of like each like snapping back and forth at each other if we wanted to do something like that, and then like the end of the sequence would be like things kind of going back to normal, shifting back to normal. Not actually showing a shift, but like cutting to like a normal shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely see that. Like Dutch angles, like if someone has like a distorted viewpoint or something. This is just me being pretentious, but like shoot someone like through a glass so that they're like all wibbly wobbly as they're like giving a specific line.
I was gonna say, like in Good Omens when they're like shooting the angels. And it's like a real, like a fisheye almost.
Yeah.
Like that kind of like, they look like they're like right up in your face. I feel like if they're like aggressive talking in that like proportion, that could be intense.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, and then like we can have them framed up in ways like not necessarily with antlers, but like shit like that.
Yeah.
When necessary. Like, yeah, okay. So how do you guys feel? Okay, but what happens after the fight?
I think there should be like an audio cue from Zoe that cuts to her back into like a normal like.
So yeah, she jumps in, she gets a monologue.
Yep.
They all laugh. Mm-hmm. And then Donnie asks if she'll go for the scotch.
Yeah. Guys, I have an idea.
Yeah.
So during Zoe's speech, what if like we are on her and we zolly in onto her throughout the entire speech?
That could be cool.
So kind of like it's like it feels like a Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like because she's helping them, she's like sealing the walls.
Yeah, this is like this moment where she's like, I think this family can make it is what kills her.
Yeah.
Because if she like saw the other red flags at this dinner, she might have escaped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah. Just a thought.
Do we have to table read it?
I just mean read it in order.
Okay.
Just read it out loud in
I
order.
just don't want to do like the
acting.
Yeah.
Acting.
Yeah, I'm not into acting.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, whoever wants to read a part.
Or we can just read it on our devices.
I can, read. I don't have a problem. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, I can pull it up on my phone, I suppose. You want the dudes, I'll be the chicks?
Sure.
All right.
That was the best way.
Oh, I guess Zoe doesn't have a line. So you be Donnie, I'll be David, and I'll be Lonnie.
Sure. Cool beans. All right. Let me get my Donnie voice on. I've known him my whole life, man.
Growing emotional.
Yeah.
Dog.
I've known him my whole life. I've seen him grow to the man he is today. I will always stand beside him. My brother, son, father.
Bullshit. You were his lapdog at best. You think you had something special?
Mad because you know I'm the only one dad can count on?
Did you check him for lumps while you were so far up his ass?
Hey, don't talk about my father like that.
He was our father too, asshole. So I think with Donnie's line, hey, don't talk about my father like that. Like, I think that's one where we could like get him into kind of that fisheye look. Like he leans in and we exemplify that.
Yeah.
fuck is happening during this dinner? I think that'd be a great like model to go off of, is if we're wondering what the fuck shots, what the fuck is the sequence of shots? That's what we want people to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we want it to kind of feel ridiculous.
Yeah.
Kind of eases them in. It feels silly.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're not going to leave because of the implication.
Are you hurting these women?
No. We wouldn't hurt them. But they're not going to do anything because of the implication. Because they don't know. We're gonna
Right. I get it, man.
Okay, so Donnie says, "Hey, don't talk about my father like that." David says, "He was our father too, asshole." I picture him like slamming his hand on the table.
Really? You don't even want to be here? Really? You don't even want to be here? You never wanted to be here.
I never felt wanted.
I'm sure that's not true.
Oh, you don't think so? Ronnie, Donnie, Lonnie, David. Okay, I think... Have you guys also always seen like the camera cut to every person on their name?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Do we need to draw that?
Ooh, to make it more interesting than just cutting in between, we should do like the quadrants thing.
Okay.
Quadrants thing?
Yeah. Where it's like,
We haven't like a split screen.
yeah.
Donnie,
Before
Lonnie,
we
Donnie,
split.
David.
So they all make like a Brady Bunch.
Yeah. I know we actually pitched a split screen earlier in this scene.
And it felt out of place because we were pitching everyone
the
putting
eggs.
the eggs down.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I've always seen it as like that.
It was
bing
just
bong.
a thought. Bing
Yeah,
bong.
Yeah.
fuck your life.
Fuck your life. Bing bong.
I don't know how to draw that without like using up 4 frames of a storyboard on.
Maybe just say a shot of each of them. A shot like this of each.
Oh my god, how do I keep doing that? That's frustrating. It'd be funny maybe if we ended up leaving Ronnie for the end. So it'd be like Donnie, Lonnie, Ronnie, David. I think it'd be fun since Ronnie is dead, and it'd be like his picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To like give him a sound effect or something like that, like a church bell or something.
Yes. Oh, that would be so funny. That would be so fucking funny. Yes.
And I don't know. I feel like we need a sound effect for David's name too, but I don't know what that would be.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
Like,
Just a fucking trombone.
I was saying it could be just like a like sound like as like the camera like whips over,
Oh, but it's cutting.
cuts over.
I think. Whoa. I think that would be funny.
Could be like a bell, like ding ding. He's buff.
David?
Yeah.
He's buff? Is he buff?
Oh, David. Oh, sorry, I was talking about Donnie.
Oh, is Donnie buff?
A little.
I thought we were just talking about his dad bod.
He's buff dad. He's a strong dad. He's fit. He's not buff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is he like? I mean,
Looks like we're gonna have to do a recasting episode.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to a casting talk. All right, page 5. Okay, so Lonnie snickers. Probably just another single shot of Lonnie. David says, "I was never a part of this family."
I keep losing this thing.
Oh, it's on my screen, so go to your left.
I wouldn't feel bad, David. No one could have a. I wouldn't feel bad, David. I wouldn't feel bad, David. No one could have had a relationship with Dad like I did.
You good goal. You have got to stop. Not all of us had to snivel and crawl to earn his respect. You were an errand boy. Dad and I actually talked. He listened to me. Something you haven't done this whole fucking day.
Dad listened to you. Daddy, I can never do anything wrong. Daddy, I don't need a real job. Daddy, I'm your special little princess. Fuck you. Listen to you. You have nothing to say.
Dude, I think we should get a different, like, Dutch angle of Donnie for every imitation.
Yeah.
That's fair. And have him be like,
Yeah, like a fucking
that.
Brock cutscene.
yeah.
Daddy, ooh.
Daddy.
Exactly.
Ooh. Daddy, ooh.
Daddy. Ooh.
Sounds like, if you keep saying it, it sounds like a soda. I'm gonna have a daddy ooh.
Ooh, daddy.
I'm gonna have a whoa mama.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm gonna have a Sprite.
I'll just take a Coke, please.
Austin, would you like to describe a Dutch angle
Sure.
to the class?
A Dutch angle is a composition that is typically askewed to give a sense of wariness and or uneasiness. To give a sense of uneasiness.
Yeah.
Unease.
Fuck you! To give a sense of unease.
Amen.
I'll keep your correction in there, but I'll take out the fuck you.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Where do you get off?
And then so we come back to like a total straight on shot. So like, yeah, like every impression is like the camera's at a crazy angle, either like under him or above him, something weird. And then I think, yeah, do we come back for like right at his eye level as he gets to that? Fuck you. Listen to you? You have nothing to say. Dope. I like this. And then Zoe jumps in. Okay, that's enough.
Okay, that's a freaking enough.
Guys, please.
You guys have forgotten why you're here tonight. You're all here because you love your dad. This is all for him. Look, I know I'm just a guest in your home, and I don't know you, but I know families. I've served and helped them through celebrations, losses, graduation parties. I've left a stack of cards in my kitchen.
I love that so much.
Yeah. Do you think we keep in the next bit? Word of mouth is the strongest form of marketing, and the only thing that a family can do... Oh, word of mouth is the strongest form of marketing.
I feel like these need to be one thought. Like, this is like in parentheses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed.
I think word of mouth is the strongest form of marketing.
I think that'd be
Okay. I've been second guessing it, but...
I think, what do you guys think of like text just appearing on the bottom?
I think if we wanted to do something like that, we would have had to do it, like, have started.
That's fair.
Done
I
it
just think that'd
already.
be so nice.
Like her,
Yeah.
like those
Her
words,
link.
word of mouth is the best form of marketing?
Yeah, except like it's not her words. It's just like the yeah. It's just,
Oh.
it comes out in text in like abbreviation. So it's just like
Oh, gotcha.
I see.
Gotcha. No, I don't like that.
Get fucked.
that's cool. That's fine.
Do we want... Okay, we'll put those in parentheses at some point. But so, this is the Zolly.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking.
I like it.
Or it doesn't have to.
It could just
All
be a
the-
truck in.
It could just be a truck in. I guess like
Dolly in.
the reason why I say Zolly is because of that sense of like the closing in.
I do like the closing in.
I do
I don't-
Zollies.
I don't think it necessarily has to be all a Zolly. It could be like, you know, just like a cut in between, but like towards like the end bit, like after the joke. She says here.
Word of mouth is the strongest form of marketing.
Your dad needed you here tonight, and look at you. You all came together to make this happen. Oh, I guess that's not too big of a line.
Earlier, Lonnie does laugh again.
And she snickers down here.
Yeah. But what happens? I know something else happens up here.
But that's the end of Zoe's speech.
Not all the way back. Jesus
Snickers.
Christ.
I found it, you bitch.
Oh, nice.
Fuck you.
Pop those tootsies out.
I'm sorry, I meant in Zoe's speech, but I only said that in my head, so I fucked that up.
Shut up.
That's enough scrolling.
That is enough.
Lonnie snickers through this room because that's the end of her speech.
Okay,
so maybe it's just the whole time.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think it's just the whole time.
I thought her speech was longer.
Nah.
It's a nice
Sweet and
monologue.
Mm-hmm. So
Nice and accurate
Yes.
and sweet.
How do you draw a Zolly in?
I think similar to what we did to like continued, except like it just is more zoomed in,
That's fair.
and then we can indicate with arrows.
What about just that?
That works too. And we've been writing down the movement, right?
Yeah.
So like Zolly.
We're going in.
Sure.
Oh, what if like with like the sound effects we do have like somewhat of like vines like closing in with like the Zolly, but like it's just like a hint.
Oh, like a Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
Or like the sound of a chicken's cloaca clutching its egg.
I fucking hate you.
I call being the Foley artist.
God.
Two different answers there.
All right, Mrs. Chick, I just need to get by your cloaca. And then I'm just going to give you a little scare. Boo.
Just need a good microphone.
Great lens.
Yeah. So Lonnie snickers. We get shots of the other people laughing. I mean, I think that's kind of back to our singles and our wide, and back and looking at Zoe for her single. Like maybe we could throw in a Dutch angle here if like someone gets a goofy laugh.
Or like a wide, like slightly from above. Like a fly on the wall. Of
Yeah.
them all laughing. Just
That
like
sounds
a creepy little group of them laughing.
yeah. That reminds me of
Ronnie looking down.
yeah, it reminds me of the scene from I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I don't know if they actually do that shot, but it like brings me back to that kitchen.
Yeah,
Like,
it feels that way.
look-
Just kind of
down.
the chaoticness of it all.
Yeah.
Just the eerie, like, second viewpoint of it all.
And then after they all laugh, so I just drew, so since we have like our wide shot and our singles already established, I just drew kind of that shot from up above, just as like, okay, like here's kind of the bonus shot that we get for this sequence. And then I just also wrote, also use singles in the sequence.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So they all laugh. And then as the laughter dies, Donnie says, "Thank you, Zoe, you're right. And tonight is to celebrate our father. You know what? We've got a bottle of his favorite scotch in the den. Maybe this is the first time that we get a double shot with Donnie and Zoe.
Yeah.
Because we have yet to show them in a double,
I like that.
other than him like looking down at her before he replaces her egg.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this is like this invitation shot. We see them together. Okay, this is the end of our scene now. Zoe's been asked to go for the bottle of scotch. She agrees. And then I believe she like stands to leave. What do you guys think about her standing to leave and we like get one final shot of like Zoe or of Lonnie and David watching her leave?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like there should be like some sort of like wolves watching the sheep shot.
Totally.
I do like the idea of that. Like, I just imagine like a tracking shot from her at the table going into like the dining room or wherever, the hallway, and then like we see them in the background, a little bit out of focus, but you can tell they're like staring at her.
Yeah, they were watching
Oh, so
her
they
film.
fill the doorway?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. They're in the background. We're following her. Da, 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 da,
Right.
da, da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they like move into
Yes.
the background behind her?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
That would be intense.
Yeah, that would.
I even feel like just like having them like all like looking, if they're all just seated at the table and they all just are looking
Oh,
at
sorry.
her.
Did you mean that like they get up and no, I meant
No.
the same place. Oh, okay. Yeah, what you're saying is like they're still at the table and looking at her,
Yeah.
but we can see as she gets up and like goes.
Yeah,
that
she
they're
gets up
looking
and
at her.
leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
it's
like
very obvious that they're looking at her.
Yeah.
I even see
yeah.
like sitting on a double shot of Lonnie and David. As Zoe gets up and leaves, she like walks through the foreground, and we sit on Lonnie and David like watching her go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And Donnie, where's Donnie?
he
I feel like he should also be at the table.
is at the table, but he's on Zoe's side.
I
But
feel like if we can get him in there, it'd be great. If
Yeah.
we can't, let's at least try to get Lonnie in.
we could be wide enough. So here. Let me draw something. That's why we're here, baby. Okay. This might have to be a little more detailed. Can you both see this?
Mm-hmm.
What if we come out wide enough to see all three of them sitting at the table and Zoe passing through the foreground? We see the faces of Lonnie and David watching Zoe leave the room, but since Donnie is facing away from us and her, he can't really look over like until she's walked past him. So we get like the slow follow of David and Lonnie, and then by the time Zoe leaves frame, Donnie's head snaps over to watch her leave the room, and that's when we cut.
I don't know if I need the whole snapping. over
Snaps
thing.
might be a strong word, but like he is the last one to turn his head and watch her
Yeah.
leave. He joins the wolves.
Yeah.
And like on that kind of like impact of like that story beat, that's when we cut into the next scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Cool. Well then, I think we've got the last shot of our scene.
Guess what, guys? Dinner's served.
Dinner is it's served, baby.
Hot.
Ring-a-ling-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. I think we just became a radio show.
See.
And on that bombshell, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching the Room Tone podcast.
Yeah, thank you for following along as we finished up scene 7, a two-parter, but you now see like this is a really good viewpoint at what kind of conversations you need to have to actually like hash out how these scenes are going to look and feel.
Yeah.
Next week, we'll be starting the review process of kind of going over all of the storyboards for the film and just kind of checking out what we want to fix up and adjust from there. But for now, we just completed an entire scene.
Hey, folks, did I tell you that you could pause for room tone at your local library?
Support your local library.
Support your local library and go pause for room tone.
Yeah, go
Over there.
go pause there.
Go pause. Yeah, go put your pause over there. That'd be kind of a fun segment. Well, where can you pause for room tone?
Oh my god.
I'm stopping this recording. This has gone too far.
Best thing to have as the last bit.